Last night's memories were like a lost party in her mind, the headaches the nully saying, "You might be in trouble." Time was of the essence. She dashed out, the living room in disarray, like a mini disaster struck. The bathtub traces were okay, but oddly, her intact clothes made her feel like a lost animal on an adventure. Her nightclubbing bestie had vanished like a magician's trick, and seeing the bloodstains under the towel made her intuition shout, this isn't adding up. She quickly dialed the phone, but her bestie's phone was playing hide and seek. It just wouldn't connect. In desperation, she called her husband for help, detailing her bizarre experience like she was narrating a suspense film. To her surprise, her husband was chill, thinking she was overreacting. Don't worry, she loves life, out having a blast. He even told her to hurry back to the country. Her friend would return once she was all parted out, as if disappearing was just a vacation. She knew he wouldn't understand, so faked agreement, resentful of just leaving. Her gut feeling told her things weren't so simple, so she decided to knock on the landlord's door like a detective seeking the truth. She hoped to find clues, but to her shock, the landlord was not only cool but also judged her like a courtroom, making her heart shiver. She was instantly stunned, thinking, all I remember is sharing a cab with my friend to the nightclub. After one drink, her system crashed, and to her surprise, someone really had intruded in. The thought sent a chill down her spine, so she rushed to file a report at the police station. She pleaded with the officer, handing over her friend's photo with hope filling her heart, just like an eager child. Oddly enough, after listening to her, the officer showed no sympathy, as if watching a mundane afternoon soap opera. They neither opened a case nor helped, suggesting she check the nearby hospital. Maybe her friend was there throwing a big party. Hearing the officer's helpless advice, her face showed defeat, yet glancing at missing girls' photos, her heart raced. Everything here felt too bizarre, as if they were filming a horror movie. In despair, she contacted the cab driver from that night and, with his help, returned to the bar. The driver, like a warrior, earnestly explained this seriousness to the owner, only to learn that those two were notorious troublemakers. They specifically targeted innocent female tourists, meeting daily at the nearby cafe like gangster movie characters. How did I black out after just one drink? Looks like those two delinquents were up to no good. So the next day, she got ahead of herself and asked the driver to take her to that cafe. She planned to interrogate those two troublemakers, but to her surprise, before she even spoke, they ran away like little mice singing. They were obviously guilty, their faces screaming that they had skeletons in their closets. Luckily, the driver was agile and swiftly cornered one of the thugs, and after tense and intense interrogation, the thug finally spilled the beans. Turns out, they had drugged her at the bar, pretending to be nice while escorting her back to the hotel, only to sneak away with her phone and wallet. They were just out for a quick cash grab, never intending to kidnap anyone, and they had no idea where her friends had gone. After getting some intel from them, they immediately rushed to the spot she mentioned. Shockingly, they found her friend's belongings, but that didn't answer where she really was. In a dead end, she brought her friend's wallet to the police station, hoping it would prove her friend was in trouble, only to receive unexpected news. It turned out that the extremely irresponsible male officer had failed to log a report according to procedure. What an utterly incompetent meddler of a policeman, compelling the female chief to take charge of the case personally. The hospital's check revealed she hadn't been harmed, clearing the two little delinquents from suspicion, and all leads seemed to go silent. Left with no choice, she returned to the hotel to wait for news, but as soon as she entered her apartment, strange noises emanated from her friend's room, straight out of a horror film. It turned out the landlord was cleaning that room, practically taking on her housekeeping duties, as today's room had already been booked. She could only chuckle inwardly if she wanted to stay. She'd have to move to a little room downstairs, but the landlord's strange behavior raised her suspicions once more. She couldn't help but harbor a faint suspicion deep within her heart. What kind of secrets were concealed behind that enigmatic door? Could there be any intricate connection between it and her friend's mysterious disappearance? Might it serve as the dwelling place for another missing person? As night fell, she finally caught her breath and grabbed her friend's phone, hoping to find clues, but no matter what she tried, the lock wouldn't budge. In despair, thinking of getting some fresh air, to her surprise, her busy husband flew in like a knight in shining armor, providing her some comfort. She shed tears of frustration, completely unreserved in sharing her experiences with him, while he comforted her like a big blanket, ensuring her everything would be. They calmly recounted every possible location their friend might have visited, seeking clues, and everything seemed to be progressing in a positive direction. However, in the end, what they had feared most inevitably came to pass, unexpectedly. The preliminary examination by the coroner determined that her friend had drowned, with the final report pending, unfolding like a fateful script. Thus, she was asked to stay and assist with the investigation, while her husband could return home to handle work. Everything seemed natural, yet her doubts never truly faded. She felt the police might be hiding something. A perfectly healthy person would never easily drown. So the next day, after sending her husband off, she claimed she wanted to see her friend one last time and returned to the storage room. Seizing the moment when the officer wasn't paying attention, she secretly unlocked her friend's phone, feeling as if she was entering a dangerous territory. Her heart raced. However, the phone's contents shocked her, revealing countless flirty texts from her husband despite numerous rejections. To avoid affecting her happy home, her friend chose to endure. This outing was precisely because she couldn't take it anymore and wanted to finally reveal the truth. No wonder her best friend always argued on the phone in secret whenever they fought. She hadn't discovered any clues, yet unexpectedly she uncovered her husband's true colors, instantly filling her heart with a myriad of complex emotions. In a fit of emotion, she called her husband, demanding to know why he treated her this way. Faced with undeniable evidence, the scummy husband could only begrudgingly confess, yet he desperately defended himself, claiming he just wanted to add some spice to life. This double blow to her body and soul nearly shattered her, but the nightmare was far from over. Early the next day, the police suddenly knocked on her door, taking her away, claiming she was a prime suspect in her friend's murder. According to the nightclub owner, her friend saw her in a dispute the night she went missing. Police found photos of her interacting with a cab driver in surveillance footage. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends.